The annual summer fairs were very popular every year. Were you there when they did that? Yeah. And the bookstore was particularly popular, and everybody came from the area. It was a public event, and they had games, and the residents all joined in. So that's why the people outside knew the residents so well, because they mixed, outside, didn't they? And a lot of them were very well known. We had donkeys from the Donkey Sanctuary in Devon, and they were very well looked after, and they loved those, and they built a donkey cart, and they would take the residents a ride round the grounds, and those who wanted to go, and some of them were involved with looking after the donkeys and feeding them and that, so that was nice. And then I organised, oh God, these are the things I remember really, the pancake race. Yeah. You had a pancake race every February would be, wouldn't it?
And it was not a dull job.
And we were running in the snow. And I mean, Mr. Bolwell took part, everybody took part, all the staff took part with a resident. Often it would be like a double, you'd be helping a resident along, and you had to toss the pancake in the end and go off, And I mean, these are the things I remember, because it was such a fun time, Then the Easter Bonnet Parade, were you involved in the Easter Bonnet Parade? Yeah. Where they had, obviously they had craft classes, if you like, for those who wanted to do it, didn't they?
Jean who did the knitting, I've forgotten now, there was knitting clubs and things like that went on.
They made their own Easter bonnets, didn't they? Mm. So, and I mean, it was 90% men. And, they all made bonnets to put on and parade around the hall. We had a wonderful hall. With a beautiful sprung floor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that hall it was really tragic when it was knocked down, because that hall should have been kept for residents of Knoll, really, because it was a beautiful hall with a stage. And I played badminton in there for years, but it was a crying shame. There was a lot of talk and discussion about whether the hall should stay or leave, but it went in the end, didn't it?
Well, it's big housing estate now, of course.
And we had barn dances in the hall. I said here it was an excellent dance floor. And then I used to organise music in hospitals, and that was an organisation that used to go to different sort of hospitals. All sorts of concerts. It would be two people, perhaps somebody singing and somebody on the piano or something like that, And I can't remember how often they came, but I know once a year or twice a year, I had to organise that. Fireworks display. We had a public fireworks display every year.
That was a big thing.
That was and all the people from Knoll used to come.
Very well supported.
Yeah, and it was a good show, wasn't it?